party. Hey Samka, how you doing? It's live on a mobile app. It's a little confusing. So I was testing it out. There's another stray dog when I was going up to Athens. Tried finding him. Gonna get a little cold here tonight. We've had to get this cold before. There's Daisy over there partying. It's at a party. Well, it's the YouTube version of doing a live on a cell phone, but the menu's different than if you're on a desktop or a laptop. That's Daisy girl. Hey, hon, you partying? Hey, salty girl, how you doing? You, you partying, Daisy? I spent a month reading about and looking at smoking brisket and different kinds of smokers. And I've concluded they're all junk, even the expensive ones. I've almost pulled the trigger twice now, and I'm glad that I didn't. I think I'm just going to make my own, to be honest with you. I hate doing that too, but they're just such junk. And there's not that much of a difference between the most expensive one and the worst one they've ever made as far as ratings by the customers. You got a real problem. You partying down there, salty girl? We had a glitch with those damn binoculars. Marty's always buying expensive stuff, right? So they were supposed to be overnighted. We were supposed to get them today. So they didn't arrive. So he calls the place he bought them from, this optics place. He's bought stuff from him before, and said that there was a hold on the payment. So long story short, there wasn't a hold on the payment from his end. There was a hold on the payment from their end. I've never heard of that before with the seller. And they wanted to make sure that it was really him, and they wanted him to send like a nickel to them. It was just a big bunch of bullshit. And he said, no, I'm not doing that. I've got a track record of buying stuff from you guys before. It's my money. And they said, well, we're just protecting your interests. Like, no, you're not. It's like I bought from you before. The people that protect my interests are my bank, and they've given you $7,400 for these binoculars. And you've decided to have a hold on your end. It just doesn't make any sense. So anyway, long story short, he got pissed off and canceled it. But the good news is your Shelby pickup is in today. I got it brought in. Oh, you're at work. Hey, salty girl. It's your Penetrex. Did you get that yet? Isn't that crazy? I know this. There's two new Starbucks. The one I usually go to is 24 miles to the east, and the other one is 36 miles to the west. Now, I wouldn't say I know him, but we're friendly. We talk about basketball a lot. Is the manager of the one in Madison. He ran the stores in New York. Cool guy. And I went in there. I've bitched at him before about the lobby not being open. And he said, no, a couple weeks ago, he said, that's not going to be a problem at all. It's like, no problem. It's not going to happen. Don't worry anymore. So yesterday I go to get a coffee in there, and the damn lobby's closed. So I was getting ready to go through the drive-thru, and he walked out. He said, man, I figured you'd come through today. He said, you're not going to believe what happened. They put the wrong, first of all, they were 2.5 months late in opening up this Starbucks, and the plumber put the wrong piping in both bathrooms that they have. They're going to need to shut down the store during Christmas for 2 weeks to change this piping because you can't have open interior dining areas open if bathrooms don't work. Do you believe that crap? Oh, good, Samka. In other words, you can't get anything done right anymore. You really can't. Daisy ran her ass off today. Went swimming in the creek. Daisy loves to be in water about 4 inches deep, where it's right up to around her stomach. Yeah, you really can't. Tonight I knew I'd be hungry later. You know how you eat sometimes because you don't want to be hungry later. And I knew I wanted to get something. I thought I wanted to get some Indian food. And I didn't want to drive to Augusta. Just over there the other day. And I really didn't want to drive to Athens. So I punched in my GPS, Indian restaurants, Athens. And three popped up. The one I've been to before, which is good. Another one that I haven't been before. And one that was actually further south and further east. I thought, oh, that'd be good. And it had like a 4.8 or 4.9 rating, which is almost impossible to get with people nowadays. So all I did was click on it and took off. And I got there, and I knew as soon as I saw that map on the wall, something was up. I realized it was African food, not Indian food. I don't know why it came up under Indian restaurants. But anyway, I almost left because I really wanted some naan bread. But the ratings were so good. It's like a place you order yourself, and they only have like 6 things you can get. Then there's like 12 tables. Looks like a Mexican low budget taco stand kind of. And I looked at the things. There wasn't anything I really wanted, and I thought, oh, screw it. I'll get this meat dish. So I ordered this meat dish. It was so damn ridiculously good. It's $19, and I'm telling you, it was excellent. Oh, a 70-inch TV. Hey, Marcos, how you doing? Good. How are you? It's like a lot of spice. This was East African, actually. I've had Ethiopian food before. If you Google it, it'll show you like it's similar to Indian kind of, but I mean they'd be insulted if you heard him say that. It's just a lot of spices and the way they prepare. It tastes totally different than Indian, but it was absolutely excellent. I mean, the minute you took a bite of it, it was like this is culinary arts like first place awards type stuff. Hey, Caroline. I was supposed to be at a Christmas party in Hilton Head tomorrow, but I got out of it. Hey, Mary, how you doing? I was getting some rocks for you and uh, Penny today, but it was too. The water was too high. It's crazy. I never saw the water that high before. So it'll be down any day. I'll get them in. Look at Lake Erie's rough. Vermilion, Ohio. I've been there a million times. I know a preacher's got a place on the lake there. Yeah, what's the problem with the TV, Salty Girl? Yeah, they're hard to find. Usually find them in the spring. You gotta get there early, and also you can't go or just walk along the beach. You gotta get like a wetsuit or waders and go out and walk about 3 or 4 deep, or well, 4 feet deep, where people don't can't just walk on dry land. They're hard to find. Where are you looking for them? Because you're only going to find them on that top rim of Superior. That's it. Closer to Minnesota, the better. Hey, Mystique, how you doing? Where's that at Two Hearted River? Hey, Frisky, how you doing? Where's Two Hearted River? Oh, okay. Oh, you want it returned? Yeah, Dragon Milk's good. There's only one place I know where you can get it down here. Oh yeah, that. Yep. Further west you go, the better. The further west. But the best time is the spring or unseasonably warm days with a northwest wind. Hey Laurel, how you doing? Yeah, there's a excellent book on Lake Superior agates. You can get it used on eBay. Go on eBay and look at Lake Superior agates, and then click on the tab for highest price. I mean, they're mind blowers, man. Gorgeous. There's a couple shops up there that basically supply the whole country. I think I have some. I'll send them to you. I sent some to Penny before. To me, they look like organs, like a liver and a kidney and stuff. Hey, Laura, how you doing? Oh, windy, huh? Hey, Rita, how you doing? Yeah, on eBay, you can even get like a big bag. You can get them polished, unpolished. eBay, you can get like a nice, good assorted bag of Lake Superior agates. They're pretty damn cool. It take you forever to find them. Pretty cheap. Oh, no, people do that all the time. People do stuff like that a lot. Yeah, they'll freak out when they find them. Look on eBay. They have some good deals on them. I've got some. I'm going to try and get up to Michigan like the 16th, 17th. I think I have some left. Oh, that storm last night was killer. It rained like hell for 8 hours. Did you get it too? No, she didn't. She could have got it later, but she could have got that storm later. It was headed your way. Oh, okay. Yeah, I see they closed the Mackinac Bridge today. Hey, Jennifer. I'm not sure of this, but I think when I leave Michigan, I think I may cut southwest, head out to like New Mexico, cut up through Death Valley. Look at that, Houghton, Michigan. They're getting nailed. Hey, Penny. Look at that, looking like Flint. Detroit's getting some snow. Barry, it looks like you're getting some lake effect snow. Nah, it probably is. Just such a crappy signal. Probably is pixelated. Well, tonight it's going to get cold, but last night it only got down to 60. It's going to get down to 32 tonight, but the daytime temperatures are like 65. Yeah, right. Hey, Cripster, how you doing? Yeah, the shrimp are good, not great. The problem with shrimp is you should only cook them about 3 minutes, and I like the breading on them crunchy, which means you have to overcook them. So it's always a toss up on what to do. I go both ways, but today I just cooked them 3.5 minutes. They were good, but I liked them crispier, but I just don't like overcooking them. Oh, wow, Mystique. Yep, 3 to 4 minutes, yeah. Yeah, I actually think the medium ones are better, you know? Oh, it's crazy. Time flies, doesn't it? That African food was excellent. I almost left that place because I thought I was going to an Indian place. But they only had like 5 things you could order. It's really good. Scallops are good, yeah. You want really good scallops, get some Digby scallops from Nova Scotia. Digby. Yeah. I mean, it's one of those foods like it was good, but I don't think I'd like it, all the time. I should have just went to my old faithful Indian place there. Oh, you stupid thing. Oh yeah, we're big time eaters. Yeah, it's something different. Yeah, Lebanese food's great. I haven't found any of that down here. You like barbecue? You guys, any guys like barbecue brisket? Do you ever get that? Yeah, Daisy's like that with fire alarm. If the battery gets weak, it's like you think she's getting murdered. It scares her so bad. See, I don't like that vinegar. I don't like the mustard ones either. Hey, I see you. How you doing? Yeah, chicken shawarma is good. Where do you get that down there, Jennifer? Oh, yeah, they have good barbecue. Jerusalem Grill. Oh, yeah, me too. You would love that Indian restaurant I go to in Augusta. They have a huge vegetarian section too. Oh, party in Northline, huh? You've been to that one over there around like Ecorse and Telegraph. It's in Taylor. Haven't you? That something something sheesh. Have you been to that one? It's on the east side of the road. I didn't think it was that good. Oh, that's cool. No, it's on Telegraph. It's in Taylor. Maybe it's like North Line on the east side of the road. It's something sheesh or something. Giro or something. It's not that great. I am. Yeah, I got a post office box. It's post office box 455. Post office box 455. Crawfordville, Georgia 30631. Good night, salty girl. You party on. Have a good time at work. Hey Scott, how you doing? Yeah, thanks. No, it's 30631. See you 30631. Thanks. Did I say 5? I meant to say 3. Yeah, thanks. Thank you, Ann. Oh, okay. Right. She doesn't. I had to force myself to remember it. No, it's P.O. Box 455 and the zip code's 30631. Oh, that's good, Caroline. Thanks, Ann. Yeah, that's right, Mary. Yeah, I had it. Felt like shit. I just got another booster the other day. And I got my flu shot too. Yep. That's right, Ann. Yep. You did. Thank you. I did get the pills, yeah. 36 miles one way for the dragon milk. Hey, Mark, how you doing? Yeah, good. That's it. Yeah, but there's other things I do there. I get my oil change. There's a good Walmart there, a superstore, good Mexican place, Starbucks, Lowe's. Oh, sorry about that, Simka. Hey, Mark. Was the neighbor unhealthy to begin with? Yeah, big time. I have. Yeah. I put up 4 trail cams yesterday. Oh, that's cool. Good Daisy sleeping. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, we do have them. Yep. No, there was a glitch in the binoculars. The seller put a hold on the payment, not the bank, but the seller on their end, and they wanted Marty to send like $1 to make sure it was him. He told him to fuck off. He's already bought a bunch of stuff from them, and it was cleared through his credit card. The hell are they talking about? Oh, that's too bad. Yeah, Daisy ran her ass off today. No, it's not. It's an optics planet, which is a huge seller. It just doesn't make any sense. They were trying to say that it was for his safety, and he said, "How's it for my safety? I've ordered from you guys before, and my bank's worried about my safety. Send the fucking binoculars." So he's in Hilton Head right now. He wanted them today, and so he's pissed. Yeah, we're going to get him somewhere else. Yep. Yeah, it's really weird. That's what he said. Really strange. They're like $7,500 with shipping. It's thermal. It's not infrared. They're really super cool. Yeah, I don't know if it is or not. I'm not into Hilton Head at all. If I never go there again, it'd be too soon. Yeah, they're $7,500. Yeah. There are some binoculars out there, thermal binoculars. They're 40 grand. Yeah, the odd thing about it is he's bought like 50 grand worth of stuff off those guys like in 5 years. I don't understand when a bank releases a payment to a seller. What the hell they're worried about? These binoculars are cool. I put up 4 trail cams yesterday. You know, there's 2 big bucks running around here. And I went and got them some food the other day. I mean, that's not saying that where I saw the 1 buck that he's going to come back there, but, you know, at least it's worth a try. So I bought him 2 different, like, blocks. Not mineral blocks. They're these blocks with all this stuff that's supposed to attract deer. And I got 2 different ones. And then I bought a 40-pound bag of corn. And it was out there a day today. Or was it a day or 2 days? Maybe 2 days. Anyway, between yesterday when I put the 4 trail cams out different places and today, something back there ate the hell out of it. Those blocks are really hard. And the deer, I mean, we've had them last 2 weeks here and see deer eating them off every day. So I don't know what was eaten on those blocks, but the one's about half gone. So there ought to be a bunch of good pictures on the camera. Yeah, that's a good place to be a deer. Yep. We put 1,000 pounds in the last 2 weeks out the front door. Now tonight I saw a stray dog, but he wasn't there when I came back. I just gave 2 pounds of hot dogs to the vultures that are here. We got about 540 pounds of deer food out the front door. I hope I don't have to shoot those pigs, but I will if I have to. Hey, chicken winner. No, actually, if I shot them, I'll just leave them there. They actually do that on programs worldwide to feed vultures. Yeah, I wouldn't really care if they weren't. I don't want them damaging that dam back there. You know, I took a video. It should be up right now. I don't know if it's went through the security checks. I put a video of it on there. Yeah, no, I got to. I gotta shoot them. They could collapse, get the dam collapsed. Seriously. Hey, Nicole. I mean, I don't want to shoot them. I hope they go somewhere else. But you'll see in that video I'm uploading now, it'll be up later. It's canceled rock hunting or something like that. I show where what they did. And this was just in a couple days. I hope I don't have to. Yeah, but then trapped. And what are you going to do with them after you trap them? Take them where they can go fuck somebody else's property up? I mean, it's a dilemma, man. I mean, I hate to do it. I hope I don't have to. I hope they go somewhere else. Yeah, I mean, and it will provide food for vultures, but you wait till you see that video I'm uploading. I don't know when it'll be up. It was like rock hunting canceled or something like that. I show down near the pond what they did, and that's like a day and a half. And if they did that in the dam part, it'd be disastrous. I don't think there's that many of them back there. I've seen a couple places where they root, but I never saw anything like that until a couple days ago. That's where the pond water comes in and they can, it's kind of wet like how pigs like, but I've never seen a pig run around here. No, yeah, they're crazy smart. The boars will attack you. Boars will attack you if they see you. Yeah, I know it. Yeah, well, I'm up to any ideas. I hope I don't have to. Now, I didn't put one of the trail cams there yesterday, but I don't need to. I can see what they've done. No, those big pigs, they attack people down here. Those boars. Go on YouTube and look at wild pigs attacking people. I mean, they can slice your leg down to the bone in a half a second. Yeah, I hope it doesn't come to that. But you know how it is. Everybody's telling you don't shoot the pigs, and they do $50,000 worth of damage on a dam that collapses. Yeah, they are, Mark. You're right. Hey, Simple Life, how you doing? We've got a 223 with a thermal scope and a silencer, so you can just pick them off one by one. Yeah, I'm partying. I mean, it's no sport or skill to it. I get a tripod and I'd stay about 150 yards away and I'd just smoke them as they came in. Yeah, they will. Yeah, that's why I don't feel that bad. The vultures will eat them. The only thing that I'm worried about, to be honest with you, is vultures are very susceptible to lead poisoning. So what I would probably do is try and take them out in the head instead of the body, and then just chop their head off and throw it in the pond for the fish. But I don't really want the lead in the pond either. I was going to do it today. I didn't do it. I'm trying to find some bullets that don't have lead in them. Oh, wow. So I'm not really sure how to get around the lead issue. Copper tipped. But isn't the rest of the bullet lead? Yeah, steel. Can you get steel bullets? Oh, cast steel. Okay. I mean, I would even trap the damn things. There's ways you can trap them. They do it on YouTube. I would trap them if I knew they could like go somewhere. But anything that I've researched, it all ends up in their death. So I don't want to go through all the bullshit of trapping them if they're going to end up dead anyway. It's not like you let them go and they live happily ever after and they quit wrecking people's property. I I don't know where they're welcome. Hey Marco, well, how you doing? Yeah, anybody's got any ideas on these pigs? I'm open to suggestion because really that'd get me in a bad mood if I had to shoot them. Yeah, I know. I agree. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I wish I knew something else to do with them. I mean, I don't even know how wild pig eats. If like they could be given to like a soup kitchen or some shit. BLT, BLTs. Yeah, right. I don't think so though. Oh, do they? There's a little pig over there on top of the couch. Oh, do they really, Semka? Oh, okay. See, now I'm not sure about this, but it's not like we got hundreds of them. I've never seen one. Marty said he only saw one once, so it isn't like there's big herds of them. But the ones that are coming through here are doing a lot of damage. So, I mean, I don't want to bullshit someone and make it, they could be out here for a week before they saw one. Who's got that kind of time? Unless I could put one between their eyes and then call them. Yeah, Daisy's sleeping. Hey, speaking of running dogs, I was talking to a guy in Athens about 5 days ago at a sporting goods store. Here in Georgia, you can, I think it was Georgia. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was Georgia. Anyway, if not Georgia, it's a close state by. You can use dogs to hunt deer. I never heard of that. Oh, really, Simka? Huh. That was so damn funny. No, they run them around just like they do foxes and rabbits. Now, I don't hunt, and I'm not saying these are the biggest deer in the world, but there are 2 bucks to me seem pretty damn impressive. They're big. Their racks aren't spectacular. They're still decent sized racks like that one I took that faraway video from the other day, but they're big deer. And I was talking to a couple guys about that, and for whatever reason, there's not a lot of corn farming here, a lot of farming where deer would eat things. But it's more genetics than that, I think. And like Morgan County, which is where I go to Starbucks, where I said there's places to a lot of things I do there, including get dragon's milk. They have some bucks there that look like they ought to be on the front of a magazine that people shoot. I mean, these crazy like antlers. And here, I don't think Crawford, Tolliver County is really known for spectacular deer. Yeah, that's what they do, Caroline. Yep. Yeah. Yeah, Marty shot a deer the other day that was hit by a car. Oh, really, Semka? Yeah, I don't like doing it either. Huh. Well, I'm hoping they just go away. Salty, what do you do for the hog? What do you do with the hog down there after you shoot it? Mm. Oh yeah. Yeah, come up here and shoot these in. I hope it's not pigs on that trail camera. I never thought of that. Eat my damn blocks I put out for the deer. We have coyotes. I don't see those. I've never seen a coyote here either. Marty's seen a couple of them. But they're out here, man. I was walking the other night. You know how they do that howling? Jeez, man. I mean, it was loud. Yeah, but I'm telling you, if you read about the passenger pigeon was wiped out from commercial hunting, not private hunters. That's a damn myth. That was wiped out by commerce, not private hunting. Hey, Don, we have an old possum here. I don't think the poor bastard can see at nighttime. He can barely see in the daytime. I put all sorts of stuff out for him to eat. He's getting fat. I walked to him about 2 feet from him the other day. You mean alligators? Alligators. You don't have any crocodiles in Florida. Oh, do they really? What's that do? Just knock them out or kill them? Yeah, you can't see too hot. Oh, okay. You know, you're not going to believe this, but there's a law in Georgia. You can't keep a non venomous snake as a pet, but you can keep a venomous snake as a pet. It's crazy. Yeah, I don't like venison. I think it sucks. I mean, I'm not saying you don't have a rogue crocodile down there once in a while through some weird way. I got out of a millionaire's backyard pond or some shit. Yeah, gross. Yeah, I don't like that. I don't like that gamey taste. I think it sucks. All that shit they've tried to ram down the public's throat over the years has failed. Buffalo burgers taste like shit. Emu tastes like shit. Ostrich burger tastes like shit. Yeah, I'm in Georgia. Yeah, yep. Yeah, I don't like that wild. That gamey taste sucks. You know, they've tried bringing that into like gourmet restaurants and it flopped big time. Nobody wants to eat that tangy tasting shit. Yeah, I don't like it. Most people, you give them some deer meat and they'll give it to their dogs. Yeah, you're probably right. I was just looking through the internet the other night on a good chili book. Hey, you know, we got red ants around here all the time. These are the South American versions. I mentioned before they came through Mobile, Alabama in 1940. So I'm going to quit fucking with the red ants. We don't bother anything here. It's not like we're a bunch of like gay animal lover, disco queens. We just like animals and like have this belief that we just let things live. We don't fuck with anything. Spiders, armadillos. We even put food out for the armadillos. They're a pain in the ass. Possums. We'll pay the vet bills if we have to. feed the deer, feed the vultures. We just like living things. I mean, you can't help that you're born armadillo or a wild pig. That's why I'm hoping that I don't have to do this. I don't want to. We just like things living. Bees. We're setting up beehives this year. But anyway, I've had ant farms that I've made before, like big ones, like maybe with 1,000 ants in them. And I was looking at. I'd love to just. I'm just lazy. I mean, I don't like building stuff like that. I've got this problem now with a smoker. These smokers are all junk. And I think I might just have to build my own smoker, which I hate doing because I'm too lazy. And I'm kind of in the same position with build my own ant farm because they're junk, like Uncle Milton's ant farm. I mean, I'm getting a little too old to be looking at like a little barn house, so my ant plastic barn house, so my ants can crawl through it. So funny, I'm looking around on the internet. I mean, if they said that if I could get an ant house for like 3 grand, a good one with glass, not plastic, and it's suitable where you can view them, what the hell good's an ant farm? It's 5 feet by 5 feet of sand. You can't see the middle of it. You know what I mean? So I get looking around, I can't find it. And then I just Googled it. There's a guy in Canada. It's called the Ant Channel. It's like my dream channel. This guy has got a 40-foot wide, 2-story tall red ant colony in his house. It is so cool. It's unbelievable. His whole channel is basically about ants. But I don't really like the way he has it set up because, like I said, if you can't observe the ants, I mean, why, right? But now I'm starting to think about putting this giant indoor ant farm in my new place, done right, with like thin, like inch thick glass. And, they have to have water to be able to eat, blah, blah, blah. I don't want to be killing them. But check out that ant channel on YouTube. It's a guy in Canada. Yeah. No, he's got 4,000 ants in his thing. But his is set up. I wouldn't really want to set mine up like that, but I like the idea of the 2-story, 40-foot ant farm. I mean, it's fascinating to watch ants. But I just decided I used to see red ants hills and I'd knock them over, and I just decided to quit doing it. I mean, those things persevere, man. Nah, it really wouldn't get a crack. Even if they would, like, you could catch them before they did anything bad. It's not like they're termites. Yeah, Chicken Winter, look at the ant channel, that guy in Canada. It's really interesting. But I would do my design differently. Oh, ants are cool. Hey, John Boy. I mean, I've looked all for a while. I was interested in getting into maggots and leeches, medicinal maggots and leeches for burn patients. Debridement. And then I found out that the requirement when you do that is you have to destroy the ants and maggots. I'm not doing that. You take like wildlife and they do a good deed like that, and then you kill them. It's like, fuck that. I'm not doing it. And, I was kind of interested in like raising maggots and leeches for that, but not if you're going to kill them for doing a good deed. Forget that. I mean, they should get like a birthday cake every day the rest of their life. So let's scrub that. I mean, I don't have cockroaches are interesting. They have some pretty good ones, but I didn't really do much. I'm not really a spider guy. I've thought about breeding timber rattlesnakes because they should be here and they're not. There should be more of them. Yeah, I'm really like that about living things. I really am. Man. I don't know how I got that way the slow way too because I came from a uneducated lower middle class blue collar shoot everything mentality, and I just slowly evolved out of it. First it was honeying, and then it was insects, and then it was fishing. And then it was like, shit, this stuff is born like, just living like. I mean, I get pissed the hell off, man. You know how there's certain situations that present themselves. Like, I think I'd really come unglued if I saw somebody like shooting a vulture. Definitely turn them in, or running over an animal on purpose and stuff like that. Even snakes, venomous snakes. Venomous snakes play a very important role in an ecosystem. They don't want to bite you. They try to stay away from you. I mean, these things aren't like crawling through your windows at night trying to figure out, are they going to bite you? They've been so fucked over. It's ridiculous. Rattlesnake roundups, people beating them to death, counties, cities putting bounties on them, and people bringing bags of dead rattlesnakes. Are so stupid. More people get killed in the country by domestic cattle than rattlesnakes. Yeah, even a tree. Yeah, same thing. I do the same thing even with trees. Yeah, I'm the same way with that too. I don't even like got these old decrepit ass trees around here on their last leg. I just can't get myself to cut them down. It just tries to live. Yeah, I agree about that, Simka. Yeah. It's just nuts. And rattlesnakes have been so villainized. So have snakes. So have, not snakes, sharks. Been so villainized by deadly shark, killer shark. These damn stupid TV shows. If you read about, there's a smart Jew, of course, Ted Levin, Timber Rattlesnake, just expertly written. He's got some YouTube videos on there. Go watch one of his lectures. Ted Levin, Timber Rattlesnakes. See that? I'll tell you another thing, not just with animals, but like personally, I'm telling you, man, when I first got into YouTube, it's the same reason then as I did it now. I wanted to upload like things that interested me for myself. I could go back and watch them later. And I mean, it was a way for me to like chronicle things that interested me. And if people wanted to watch, that was cool. And if people didn't want to watch, that was fine too. And I never really, even to this day, never really said like my channel, thumbs up, none of that shit. Not one time. And I'm still that way. And then, I had an interest in, interviewing like prostitutes and like homeless and stuff like that. And then that fucking channel took off in YouTube lingo. And I got all these goddamn subscribers. And it just got to be no fun anymore. All these fucking stalking weirdos. All I did was try and help those people. And now it kind of got back to normal like it used to be. I'm going to get back to doing that again, but a little different. I'm not going to divulge where they're at, and none of their emails given, and none of that kind of crap. But, I don't even monetize my videos anymore on YouTube. I'm not kissing their ass. I'm not doing those shorts either on YouTube. I'm just going to put up what I like. Once you don't monetize them, you can basically do whatever you want. And it just takes away, for a while it was cool getting your expenses reimbursed, but over time, as time went on, and I cut off contact with people on YouTube. I don't want to meet any new people. I don't want to collaborate. I don't want your fucking phone number. I don't want you calling me. I don't want to meet you ever. I just cut that off. I don't want any donations, nothing. Just going to do it all myself. Keep it a secret where these people are that I interview. And I could care less if a video went viral. It's a curse. Yeah, they were cool. Oh, wow. Yeah, I mean, I was kind of doing that anyway, but like, you don't know any better. It's like getting in a bad marriage or, You go in, you have this idea what things are like until you've experienced it. You don't really know that. All these wackos on YouTube. Uh, so that's not happening anymore. I'm going to do it different in the future, but not monetizing your videos. It's like, that was my first decision to make. And it's way better than, because once you're not in this damn rat race of, you know, uh, rules of conduct and stuff like that, you can basically do whatever you want. YouTube's not going to recommend anybody to your channel anymore, but that's fine with me. I'm fine with that. So that's one thing, and then not forming any new relationships. I'm fine with that. And when I get my camera stuff back, I'm gonna start getting back on it again. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go do these small Georgia towns too. Go in and interview people on those, and stuff I like doing. Well, that's true. If you look at any living thing naturally, doesn't need to be drugged, doesn't need to be promised anything. Any living thing, from an insect to a human being, on these murder shows to wildlife, does everything they can to not have their life ended. Everything, fish on a line, a deer that's been shot, a person that's getting murdered on one of these crazy TV shows, the defensive wounds. Quite naturally, every living thing, somebody drowning, struggles and fights to their last breath to stay alive. The mill's a done deal. The only reason I'm not over there already messing around is because the county that's in had a fire like 20 years ago, and the title insurance company is trying to ascertain a time period on records that don't exist before they issue the policy. So there's been a little time delay in writing a title insurance policy because of this missing timeline. That's the deal. Or otherwise, we'd have been in there 2 weeks ago. It's super cool. It's got a working wheel that's in a creek that powers some stuff there, and really neat. Yeah, I used to think that too, but when I first started it, I mean, for a long, it's not worth it. I'm telling you, it's like all sorts of other things. Like you hear these pro athletes and they're paying them, $20 million a year, and they retire. Like a guy like Larry Bird, they could have, milked it again for another 3 or 4 years and played 2 minutes. And when you're on the other side of the coin, you don't understand that. And then you get experienced, and you got a good conscience, and you're a good person, and you know that you're going to be fucking this team by signing this contract. So you just stay like true to yourself. You know your playing ability, and you don't want to fuck anybody like that. So you retire. And that's kind of like it is with YouTube. It's not worth putting up with all their bullshit and these assholes that are hassling you all the time. So once you take the monetization thing out of there, I always did it for pleasure anyway. It was nice getting reimbursed. I thought it was nice, but looking back, it wasn't worth it. So now, it's easy to get caught in that trap of building a channel and, sucking ass for thumbs up and share and all that stupid shit. And I never really did that, but I was happy to be reimbursed for my expenses, but I don't even want to do that anymore. So I'll be doing a lot better about it. It's not worth it. No, they don't have sewers out here. Septics, yeah, I got that. That got already built. 14 grand. Septic got built, 14 grand. The well, 440 feet, 18 grand. Yeah, I'm not saying, it's not worth it to me. Honestly, man, I never wanted to be like well known or recognized. I swear to these stations to get fucked. Dr. Phil wanted me to bring Maddie and Gerald on there. I know better. Uh, who else wanted me? I had a few other. Oh, maybe about 5 movie makers. Fuck it. It's not worth it. As time goes on, I wish I could just have my own YouTube thing. Wish fucking Elon Musk could buy those motherfuckers out. Yeah, I mean that YouTube. I mean, my perception of YouTube was, just liberal. They let you do things, you do your own thing, promote creators. Then I realized just a big money sham. They fuck people over day and night. It's the biggest stalking server in the world. Allow people to go on there, telling people where people live and threatening them and camping out, and they don't have a problem at all. They don't think that's any kind of violation. But you ask a prostitute what drug she's taking, and they want to demonetize your channel. Yeah. Yeah, it's so I would do something like that. And they're always manipulating who they're sending your way. That's why on my lives, most people don't even know I'm on. I don't really even have a problem with that. I mean, it's just I log on. If whoever comes, comes. Whoever doesn't, doesn't. I mean, people send me emails threatening to unsubscribe. Big fucking deal. Unsubscribe, please do. Get the fuck out of here. And if you'll know, I'm pretty short with people when they come on with some nasty comment about anybody. I mean, how I feel on the addiction thing. It's just struggling people that had it sucks, man, being a drug addict. Being out there sucking dicks for $10 and getting hepatitis and herpes and syphilis and every other fucking thing, and getting estranged from your family, racking up a criminal record, peeing in buckets. And it turns into a chronic liar as your income dwindles when your looks head south as a prostitute. It's the worst existence I can think of. So, I mean, I'm sympathetic to it, to be honest with you. It's just terrible, man. Hey, John. Yeah, no, they want to unsubscribe though, because I don't. Oh, you name it, man. I've had every weird thing happen. Stalked, run into on purpose. When I was in Detroit one late night, death threats, letters, swatted. Called my neighbor, said I was a pedophile, and the charges were going to be coming down any day. They call these fucking police departments. I'm sure they've called the ones around here already, trying to make up some bullshit. They bamboozled the fucking state police in Michigan, thinking that I was something that I wasn't. They actually took the bait. They didn't find anything, but you can tell how stupid they are. They don't vet any of their sources. So, believe me, I had my fair share of harassment. Yeah, Maddie's a sweetheart. I mean, she's turned into. I mean, Maddie is different than she was when I first met her, but that's the chain of events in addiction. It just is. This is how it goes. You get out there, you're young, attractive, you got all these old perverts out there, and they're running into each other trying to pull over, getting a fucking $20 blowjob. And then as time goes on, you get older and and your nutrition goes south. You start losing teeth. You start getting facial sores. And before you know it, and I'm not saying this in a derogatory way, your marketability as a streetwalker, even a streetwalker, not an escort, is starting to head south. What was a $20 blowjob turns into a $10 blowjob, and really, in certain instances, turns into a five. And there gets to be a point where you can't even get those once your looks head south enough. But during the same time, your drug habit has increased. You need drugs more now than ever, but your ability to make an income has suffered. You've tried everything you could. I know women down there that let you fuck them in the ass for $10 without a rubber. And you know who they are. I'm not going to tell you who they are, but that's what happens. That's part of the decline. And then once that happens, there gets to be a point where your use of drugs increases and you have to do and get to a point to where before, even though you were an active prostitute, you prided yourself in kind of an odd street honesty. You weren't stealing a gun out of somebody's pants like somebody like Kelly did when she was blowing a guy. You're doing what you were hired to do, but you're not robbing them. And then it gets to the point where that piece of pie is so small with income that you have to be a full fledged scammer. You have to fake like you like food when you don't. You have to say you lost your phone when you didn't. And that's where Maddie's at now. And it sucks, but I've just seen it too much to, I don't even criticize it, to be honest with you. I mean, it's so frustrating the way that people talk about Maddie because this is just the basis of addiction. This is a drug making Maddie be this way. And that's why I cut loose of people and block people. They come on and why don't you just quit? Why don't you go back and see your children? Maddie's kids are way better off without her in her life. That's how dumb people are. But you'll realize after watching enough of this crap that they want to cause trouble. They're not really interested in helping Maddie in any kind of way. Becky, all of them. Tassie, it's it. They're estranged from their family. And even Tassie conned me for about 6 months. So that's what it'll eventually come down to. Yeah, I know. Here and there, you're going to get an example of like Sherry that pulls themselves out of the throes of addiction. But by and large, you're going to be disappointed. It's just the nature of the beast. Well, they don't. You can't take, I mean, look at this. Let me give you an example on YouTube. I watch a lot of neurosurgery lectures, for an example. And, here you got a guy, he's 35 years old before he gets his first decent paycheck. He's probably racked up about $500,000 worth of student debt, maybe more. Couldn't buy a house, driving an old beater, all by trying to be a neurosurgeon. These guys go on, they give these YouTube lectures. I mean, really great state of the art information. There's a guy named Rakowski out of Augusta, Georgia. Watch some of his videos. Really interesting guy and really super guy. And his videos, like once in a while, he'll get a 50,000 views, but he'll give a 45-minute lecture on just some super fascinating medical procedure that affects people's lives. Get 233 views. And then you got somebody like me that interviews a struggling prostitute that gets 2 million. I mean, you can't place any stock in any validity in YouTube. I mean, you got squirrels getting into bird feeders that are getting 6 million views. It isn't any kind of success in any way. It's YouTube manipulating the algorithms and making things appear successful when in the real world they wouldn't be. They pick and choose who they want to make it. I'm not saying there isn't a relationship to some kind of talent, but it's mainly a way to eke every dollar out of every place they can. Just because you have subscribers and views doesn't necessarily mean that you have good or interesting content. I mean, look at the Kardashians, for Christ's sake. Yeah, I mean, it's like, I mean, it's no, everybody is caught up in this stupid view thing. I mean, I mean, Sharon, Angie, any of these girls, I've said it a million times. It's like a rig lottery. You got it, Drifter. They would suck a fucking donkey dick on national TV for 10,000 subscribers. And these are the kind of people that you cross paths with too frequently on YouTube. It's loaded with them. Yeah, rig lottery. That's exactly right. YouTube, I smelled a fish a while back, like maybe about 3 years ago. First of all, you get set up in this damn giant hamster wheel of what a creature. I knew, luckily, I was older when it happened to me. So I was already pretty suspicious of the whole deal. I mean, I can't edit worth a fuck. I mean, usually I got a big fingerprint on the end of my lens. I'm not spending a bunch of time editing on something I'm just doing while I'm fucking around. I don't like doing it to begin with. So all of a sudden, like I'm getting all these subscribers and all this bullshit, but I was always suspicious of it from the beginning. So I'm thankful that I never bought into that horse shit because, I mean, if they canceled my channel tomorrow, I mean, I'd do something else. You know what I mean? It's not, they've ruined a lot of lives with their bullshit. Let me tell you that. Yeah, it's so stupid, man. I mean, there are some really let me give you a I kind of feel sorry for this motherfucker to be honest with you. His name's Brody Dolly Nyack. Dollyniuk. Brody Dolyuik. Dolly Niuk. Dolly Nyack. I saw him out in he had a band out. They used to play at the Sunset. The guys that owned the UFC that sold it, they own those two casinos out there. They're not big ones. They're not big giant. Not the Sunset. What are they? Something Sun something. They're two big giant station casinos. And I was out there like 11 years ago. You get a room that looks like it's the Taj Mahal, like $50 a night. Killer entertainment, that kind of thing. Well, I saw that Yellow Brick Road out there. He's a singer, used to be a mechanic. He lives in Las Vegas with his wife. Super talented guy. Can work on cars, sings. He actually travels around with orchestras. He's got two channels, Brody Dolly Nyack and Brody's World. Just plays the shit out of every instrument, writes songs. Actually, he did the voiceovers for Guitar Hero on some of the songs that were on there. And his wife's like a super accomplished violinist. And I'm not knocking these guys, but I mean, they put out quality content. And, she was in this thing called the Electric Strings, her and a bunch of girls. And they're all super talented. They all have degrees in the fine arts and went to these music schools, different places. And her videos don't do shit. His videos don't do shit. And he's a good, super entertainer. Check out his channel. And every time I go on there and look, I think he's got like fucking 9,000 subscribers. And he's been redoing these cars lately. And I don't know what their financial situation is. I do know two people that were like well known cult singers almost in New York. It was called Jeff and Sue Occulta too. They still have a YouTube channel, but they don't do up north singing like they used to. But they knew him through some kind of way, and I don't know how. But I remember talking to Jeff about it one night, and he said that Brody Dolinick was a whisker away from signing a big time contract with Steve Wynn to be like the in-house entertainment at the Mirage. I mean, they were going to pay him like 1 million or 1.5 million a year, and it's worth it. That's cheap when you look at what they pay these other entertainers. And for some reason, it didn't work out. And I noticed like this Brody and his wife, they had a PayPal donation. They live in a nice house in Vegas. And I think he's kind of desperate. I think he's about 50 years old. But there's a guy with big time legitimate talent, his wife too. and I think they're struggling. And now he's trying to like redo these cars, from the bottom up and paint them and rebuild the engines and all this shit. And his videos are views are nothing. Nothing. I mean, I'll put on a fucking pepperoni pizza and not say a thing, and it'll get twice as many views as guys that was fucking around sanding a car for 2 weeks that really took some kind of talent. I mean, this is YouTube for you. So I knew early on what a bunch of bullshit it was, and I never took it seriously. It was just a fun way to like connect with people. But I could just give you, I'd run out of time before I ran out of examples of people that put out quality content that haven't done jack shit on YouTube. I mean, they're trying to make it, but they just don't understand what a big scam the whole fucking thing is. Oh, cool. Yeah, California Pizza Kitchen's good. They were in bankruptcy 11 for quite a while. Yeah, if you're just, that's why if you're doing it for fun, you don't really give a shit about the views. You know what I mean? At least that's the way I look at it. If you're just having fun, fucking around, who cares who watches? If they watch it, great. If they don't, well, that's okay too. But if you're anticipating money and viral videos and all this stupid shit, you're in big trouble. Yeah, cat videos, yeah, and that kind of thing. But you'll see some of these lectures out there by people that are just, you know, super talented and like educated and giving you this great content. And they got like 100 views after 5 years. And as you can see by, some of the people I don't particularly care for, if you're not, talking about how saggy somebody's tits are, or how much they weigh, or the teeth that are missing, I mean, you're not going anywhere. Yeah, but cleaning clean doesn't produce the same feeling. I was told this a long time ago, and I believe it, that you could take somebody out of an active edition as an example, a woman, a great looking husband and a great home with a lot of dispensable cash and sending your kids to private school, and nothing's ever going to ring that bell like that heroin high. Not security, not love. Getting clean is boring and requires a lot of diligence and hoops to jump through, and it makes you responsible. Chasing that high. Oh, yeah, right. It's like a wish, yeah. Yeah, nothing will ever be that good. That's some scumbag that is watching right now that got my phone number some way along, and they want to say something to me, but I never answer restricted phone calls, so they're not going to be able to. No, they do, Nicole. Yeah, they don't know any better, though. But if you didn't know any better and you went on there and you just stumbled across like a random video channel and you saw these views and all this bullshit, you can understand with the way the job market is nowadays why somebody could be attracted to just doing their own channel and not kissing somebody's ass at some company now with shitty benefits and no money. I mean, it's a perfect time to hook people into this, kind of like Amway or any other pyramid scheme. Oh, it's drama and gossip, yeah. Get out of here, John, you loser. See, like, look, John, he was born to ignorant parents and they produced ignorant offspring. Get out of here, you loser. Yeah, it's not, I've been on their shit list for a while because YouTube doesn't want guys like me interviewing prostitutes. They'll never have enough balls to tell you that. What they'll do is they'll nickel and dime you in, tell you to quit talking about drugs. My video would be demonetized if I did a video for 20 minutes about, let's say, for an example, Prozac. And I said Prozac really helped me. It was prescribed by a physician. I might turn my whole life around, this, that, this. They will demonetize that video saying that they don't want me talking about drugs. Once you get on the back side of YouTube, like I am now, they don't recommend you. I never come up on lives. They don't promote my channel anymore, which I don't give a fuck about, really. I mean, everybody likes interaction and it's fun to talk to people. But, I think I'm in the best position now that I've ever been. All I care about on YouTube is 1,000 subscribers so I can have these lives because that's what you need in 4,000 viewing hours, which I have. Let me give you another example how they work. So, they want to compete with TikTok. And people were trying to get me to go on TikTok, and I did it. And I put one video up. It was Chosen Tick, TIC. And then I thought, man, I don't really like this. Like 90 seconds, just not enough. So I didn't do it. Well, YouTube was losing revenue dollars, digital advertising to TikTok. So they just force feed you these shorts. So they're always sending me things like do shorts. Like I'm not doing any fucking shorts. I mean, I'll do a 10-second video, but I'm not going to do it through the short. I'm just going to do one, right? So what they'll start doing, they'll start taking some of the videos that I've done, like these of a ham sandwich or something, and they'll turn it into a short. And I've emailed them for and said, hey, motherfuckers, I don't want a short. Quit doing it. And they email back, said, no, we're going to do this for promoting short. Well, I don't want one. So they've done that to maybe 30 or 40 of my videos. Now, here's the kicker, and this proves my point. So I think I've got 15,000 videos on YouTube, something like that. And, I've been around a while. And I don't monetize them anymore. But before I quit doing that, I go to hit the monetize icon on these shorts they converted that I didn't want, and I was not eligible for monetization on shorts. So I emailed them. It's like, what the fuck are you talking about? I've been on YouTube forever. I've had viral videos. You paid me up the ass for about 5 years straight, and now I'm not eligible. They said, no, I was going to have to do this and do that and do this. It's like, I thought, screw you. I'm not doing any of it. They give you some plaque or something like that, cheap plastic plaque once you get 100,000 subscribers. I didn't really want it, but there was a couple of people that wanted it. So I said, okay, I'll fill out the bullshit and give it to you. Just give you mine. It didn't mean anything to me. And, about halfway through filling out all this horse shit after being qualified for the 100,000 subscribers, I just said, fuck it. This is too much bullshit, man. They can keep it. Like most companies, if you reach a milestone, all of a sudden, one day you go to your mailbox and here's a plaque for 100,000 subscribers. It's like, oh, you did a good job. Thanks. Appreciate it. Glad you stuck with this. Nothing. It's another thing like pulling teeth, dealing with them. You've got to fill out another application to get this plaque. And it was just too much bullshit. I didn't want to do it anymore. I just don't care for them as a company. Yeah, I don't know. It's too much fucking bullshit to fill out. If I reached 100,000 subscribers, why aren't they just send it to me? I shouldn't have to fill out anything. How about like 14 years of driving my ass off on my own dime doing videos and uploading them? Isn't that worth of a cheap plastic plaque getting sent to me? I got to do more bullshit? Oh, yeah. Fuck them, man. Yeah, man. I told them, stick it in your ass. To want it because by then, I was already suspicious of these people. Yeah, just send it, man. That'd be like winning a ribbon in a track race or a bowling tournament or a trophy. It's like, well, here's 5 pages of fucking questions. It's like, what are you talking about? I just bowled a 780 series. It's like, yeah, but we need this filled out. No, I'm not doing it. Hey, Jackie. I don't want it. And here's another thing about, I think what this was about. See, in the old days, if you got an ad in a video, you knew that that video was monetized. Well, YouTube got smart. They realized, look at all these channels out there that are never going to meet the threshold of monetization. Let's monetize them anyway. That way we don't need to share any of the revenue. And that's exactly what they did. All channels are monetized now, except all channels don't get compensated. But guess who does? YouTube. Yeah, me too, Simka. Me too. Yeah. It's just not worth it. I mean, I'm not saying it's all bad. Like, we wouldn't be having this chat. There's a lot of it I'm appreciative for. But in the whole picture, it's not, if you've been around them for a while and realize they're bullshit. No, I didn't try Rumble. No, I don't think they do. I don't think they do. You don't have any choice in the ads anymore. Yeah, I mean, there's YouTube and nothing else. They pissed me off a couple times before, and every time I looked about going to another platform, it was like, what's the difference between going to General Motors and then somebody building cars in their basement? I mean, they have some that are kind of geared towards gaming and that kind of thing. But when it comes to like the kind of stuff I do, it's YouTube or nothing. I put one video up on something one time. Nighty night, Rita. You good night. I hate Facebook. I hate Facebook. He just lost like $7 billion because of his bullshit, and it was caught purposely lying to influence elections. Facebook sucks. Daisy moved down a notch. Oh, cool. Yeah, I wish Elon Musk could buy him. Yeah, I hate it. I've got one. I've got one. I tell you, I don't even use the damn thing, right? I got like 9. Once those videos started taking off viral and people knew where I lived, they were like trying to get in contact with me. I never answered anybody. I've got like 11,000 messages or something. I never answered any of them. So anyway, somebody told me about 3 years ago about Facebook Marketplace, and they really, I hate to say it, but they did kind of put Craigslist out of business. So I bought that one kayak off Facebook Marketplace, And I also, before I met Marty, I had put that big paper collection on there, and I never even had a question about it. I mean, it was high dollar stuff. I didn't expect it to get rid of it there, and I just thought I'd give it a whirl. Well, about 7 months ago, I'm getting these messages from Facebook saying there's suspicious activity on my Facebook. And then they finally said that they were locking my Facebook up for suspicious activity. It's like, I don't give a fuck. I don't use it anyway. And about three weeks went by, and I wanted to go on that Facebook marketplace. I went to get on there. I couldn't get on. So I get this email from them. They said until I send them identifying information, like a driver's license or something, they weren't going to reinstate my account. It's like, okay, so I sent my driver's license. So they reinstated it. And when I went on there, I went to go on Marketplace, and it wouldn't let me go. It said my privileges were restricted from Marketplace because of incidents. It's like, what the fuck are you talking about? So I go on to look at a YouTube, and I go on and I look on there, and you see where there's like these 8 things, like incidents. It's like, what could they be? I still keep in touch with the guy that I bought the kayak from, and I never sold the stuff or answered any questions on the paper stuff that I'd taken off long ago. So I kept filling out these things, asking for reinstatement. They kept denying them. The last one, they said, "Are you Tom Reed?" It's like, yeah, I am Tom Reed. And they said, well, no, we're not doing it. You lost your privileges. What the fuck are the incidents? You clowns are the ones that sent me about 8 instances. None of those were me. If you look at MAC addresses and IP addresses, none of that stuff came from my stuff. So screw Facebook too. Yeah, I can't even look on the damn thing. I think it was somebody. What I think it was is these stalkers going on there, like reporting bullshit that never happened, and it never even went to a human. They got these crazies that stalk me, went on there and said that I ripped them off on, a baby carriage or some shit, even though I didn't sell it. And they got them to believe it. Nothing else makes sense. Nuts. Yeah, I don't know what it was. It's just like that same bullshit when I was up in that Amish territory. You guys remember that? The guy that was doing all that weird shit was that other guy. It was that stupid police dispatcher that talked that lady into having me trespassed. I never took any damn pictures of girls. And if I did, they were doing 30 miles an hour inside a horse carriage and I could hardly see them. That other motherfucker was doing that. That other guy driving that Jeep, not me. But that stupid dispatcher didn't want to take the time to differentiate between what that panicking Amish bitch was saying to him. And that just goes to show you the way things work out sometimes and how you can get caught up in stuff when you didn't have anything to do with it. Yeah, remember that? Yeah, I didn't do any of that shit. Slow, Mary, slow. Yeah. So, that's how you get like cues to stuff. If that cop would have just listened to her, he's the one that sold her on getting me trespassed. And if he'd have taken the time or wasn't so stupid, he had understood she was talking about 2 different people. But what are you going to do? I just don't go there anymore. I didn't go there anymore. Yeah. Nighty night, Caroline. You go nighty night. Yeah. It's crazy. Yeah, probably do. I mean, it's nuts. I mean, it sucks getting like blamed for things you never did. Yeah, it's true. Hey, good, Terry. How you doing? Yeah, no, they're nuts. Yeah, we got him, Jackie. Good night, Mark. It's crazy. What are first comment? Oh, you got that many, Terry? Oh, you said you had 1,000 beehives. Jackie, how's it going living out there? Yeah, the problem I have here's the problem I have down here is I didn't bring any of my camera equipment when I came down here, and I've got shitty internet. I got this HughesNet. I mean, I'm lucky this hasn't buffered. But what I do have is this plant that Marty bought. This factory is only 10 miles away, and they've got Charter Spectrum, which I don't know what their speed is, but whatever it is, I should be able to get it increased to like super speed like I had in Michigan. So what I'm going to do is go back to Michigan like around the 16th or 17th of December and get my camera equipment. And then I'll be in position to do what I used to do. I'll tell you what fucked me up. You know, I was getting stalked down in Detroit quite a bit. And here's what really happened. So I never even smoked marijuana. And there were some older women I knew that didn't have much money that were asking me about getting some of that medicinal marijuana, CBD, THC cream for arthritis. So I never knew this was going to be an issue. So I went and got the medical marijuana card. I still haven't smoked marijuana to this day. And I was buying that shit at a reduced rate, the good stuff, not the watered down stuff. And you don't pay tax. It's way cheaper too. So anyway, I'm down Detroit fucking around. I'm getting more and more threads. See people see me, they're gonna shoot me. And these guys run into me one night, and luckily I got away from them down Detroit. So the next day I went to buy a pistol, and I couldn't get a fucking concealed weapon permit because I had a medical marijuana card. So it's like, I checked around, went to a lawyer, and he said, well, you better let that thing expire. Well, it just expired here in July. So it just got to the point where it would have been stupid for me going down to Detroit without any kind of protection up until last July. And, like I said, I was getting more and more threats. If I could have carried a gun, I would have been going down there all the time. And I did go down there about a year after that happened, but the hours were a little different. If you noticed after that, you didn't see me between 2 and 3 and 4 in the morning. on Michigan Avenue after that kind of bullshit. You got crazy cops, people getting shot all the time. They found them slumped over the wheel. Do some chicken shit investigation, never find out who did it. Plus, I had Daisy with me all the time. It just got to where I was getting noticed all the time down there. I'd be down there going to do interviews. I'd have 10 people, pull up to me at a light. Hey, Tom, how you doing? Oh, I saw Daisy. I knew it was you, that kind of thing. I didn't want to be recognized, especially down there in that hellhole. So, I was recognized. I had people that didn't like me. I was in a high crime area, the highest in the United States, as a matter of fact. And I couldn't carry a gun. So I said, fuck it, I'm not going down there anymore. So that's what happened. Well, now down here, uh, medical marijuana thing expired in July. I'm in another state. I'm going to get my gun permit here, and they have reciprocity in Michigan. So even when I go back to Michigan, not this time, but later on, I don't have any problem going down there. I have a fucking 45 with me this time. I'm not saying that you still can't kill me, but I'm not just going to lay there and let you run into me like I did last time. So yeah, I'll be back into it. I'll be back swinging just like I was before. I'm going to go to Atlanta. I'll go everywhere. Yeah. Oh, you did, Terry? Yeah, it just got to the point where, you're stupid going down there, man. And you look at like Raven, Monica, Sweet Pea. Any of these murders ever get solved? Fuck no. Angel? No. You know why they didn't get solved? Because they don't do anything. These are the laziest, most corrupt cops in the world. They don't do a fucking thing. The only time that they're going to bother to do anything, and they'll probably do a shitty job at that, is when there's a political interest, or it's some notable person in Detroit, or it's some white female that's on the cheerleading team. And there's enough fucking kooks down there that, there's like 1% of these wackos down there that thought I was murdering these girls. And they really see themselves as this vigilante John Wayne. And they would actually be willing to get locked up in prison for 50 years to be able to claim they shot me while I was at a hot dog stand at 2 a.m. That's the intellect you have down there. They're fucking nuts. Just watch that first 48 sometimes and just look at the IQ of these idiots and what people end up getting murdered over. These dumbasses would think that would be like the ultimate street cred. Oh, okay. Yeah, it just got to where, it wasn't worth the risk anymore doing it. Before, back in the old days when I was doing those original interviews, early interviews, even up to Maddie interviews 3 or 4 years ago, going to those abandonment buildings, nobody knew me. I go down there and know it, which I was happy with. It just got nuts. Yeah. They're that kind of kooks. Yeah, that's why. That's why. Well, that's sort of why. That's part of the reason why. The other part of the reason is it kind of dried up down there. It changed a lot. Michigan Avenue wasn't like it was when I first started doing interviews. It had really dropped off big time. You don't see the girls walking up and down there like you used to. I still know people that do like needle exchange, work for these contracted medical companies, hand out lunches, tampons, fucking rubbers. And it's a shell of what it used to be. In that whole area, like where Maddie and Kelly used to be, that new bridge is being built, and that's been totally wiped out. That's why Maddie's not there anymore. There aren't any working girls down around there anymore. Now, there are other places, like you could go maybe on the east side, but I had tried the east side before. That's big-time gang activity. Google sometimes gangs. The feds come in, arrest them all the time. Crazy gangs. The east side's like Vietnam compared to church. That west side was pretty benign, like up and down Michigan Avenue. Really usually not that big a deal. Same with down around Fort Street. I mean, you were a 5 minute drive away from white suburbia. It was just much different. But you get up in that east side, we're up around 7 and 8 Mile on the east side. Shit, man, I'd be lucky if you ever saw me again. That's a whole nother animal up there. Hey, Graphic, how you doing? Yeah, I mean, I would no way. I mean, I look for it, but that's that's like 10 times the crazy crime. Google it, Detroit East Side crime, East Side gangs. Yeah, 7 and 8 Mile is cool, like up and down John R. But you get further east than that, you're asking for it. Like even on uh, East Jefferson, as you get up near the Grosse Pointe border, all back in those areas. If you head like west, just crazy crime. Yeah, they used to be fun times. Yeah, but it just got too nuts. I mean, look at they just shot some activists the other day down there. Some fucker going around putting flowers in gun barrels. Everybody liked him. It happened on I think 7 Mile and John R. Maybe 7 Mile in Greenfield. Google it. Activist shot in Detroit. And here's a nice guy going out there handing out tuna fish sandwiches and shit, and he gets murdered. Yeah, Gratiot and 7 Mile. You're right. Yeah, you're right about that graphic. Yeah. Yeah, he was just a guy like doing good deeds or something. But they're always like they're killing like innocent grandmothers and just crazy nutty criminals. You know, they think nothing of knocking off a guy like me. No, no. What would happen? You go there, you shoot Daisy too. Someday, all of a sudden, they'd see my Astro van on the side of the road with the lights on. I'd have a bullet between my eyes. Daisy be shot dead, and it'd be in the paper. And they'd say, "Please call Crime Stoppers if you know anything." Well, who's going to know anything? It was 3 in the morning. There's nobody out there, and the cops don't give a fuck. What's their motive to solve this crime? They're already known as a bunch of incompetent, corrupt jackasses. I mean, it's not like things are going to get better for them. They're going to do with my investigation like they've done with all the other hundreds that they've never found out a fucking thing, including all the prostitutes that I mentioned. It's one thing to get murdered when someone's taking a chance on taking you out. It's another thing to get murdered where a lot of people you already know don't like you, and they already know that the cops aren't going to do shit. If they're not caught red handed, there's going to be little to no follow up. Yeah, it's really true. All of a sudden, I'm dead. I'm still driving down there like a dumbass. No, Georgia's cool. Yeah, no, and a gun, yeah, it's not like it's going to guarantee you. I could see the gun in a way as kind of being a handicap. It's like this guy had a gun, he pointed it at me, so I shot him. Yeah, no, it did not. Didn't happen. Look at Chicago, where it's illegal for a honest, non-convicted citizen to own a pistol. And look at the shootings they have. So what that means now is that all the people that are going to rob and kill you have a gun. What do they care about getting nailed with another crime if they get caught with it? But yet you can't have one to protect yourself. Now, I'm not a big gun guy, but I mean, when you look at Chicago as a perfect example of the ideology by some of these nut jobs, the reality of it is every crook down there's got a gun and you don't. Because of why? Because you want to obey the law. That gets you killed. There's graveyards filled with people down there because of that. Yeah. Yep. Well, what happened for all? See, they've got an open carry in Michigan, and which means that gun can be on a holster. But I've read stories on that, and the cops don't like it, and they're always charging people for concealed weapons. They say if your jacket flips over that gun for like a half a second, they're arresting you for a concealed weapon because it wasn't visible for a half second when your jacket blew over. If your shirt is over you're not home free on that open carry shit. Unless you got an AK-47 on a strap on your back, that a coat can't cover. Nuh-uh. It isn't that. And here's the problem, too, is on that open carry bullshit, my chance of getting taken out would have been when I was driving. Now, I could have went down there and had a 12-gauge shotgun with me propped up against the Astrovan while I was doing interviews, but I'd had to have it unloaded up until I pulled over and started the interview. Well, that puts you at a big handicap, too. My best chance of a gunfight down there is somebody pulling up to me or trying to run me off the road. I'm going to be trying to not get killed and load that damn thing at the same time. You're at a huge disadvantage. No, that'd be cool, Scott. Yeah. Yeah, you got to be careful on that open carry. People get charged all the time with carrying a concealed weapon because the cops say that your jacket was over it for a half a second, that the wind blew your shirt up and they couldn't see the gun. Seriously, it's not like a free thing. Unless you got a tank top on and shorts, people get nailed for it all the time. Insane Cloud Posse. Fago. Insane Clown Posse. Hey, Mark, how you doing? And while you're at it, just Google Detroit police corruption. They're always catching these people doing crazy shit. They lie. They're always getting caught perjuring themselves in court. That's right. It's nuts. Yeah. Yeah, you're right, Terry. No, because you don't have anybody out there protecting you. Look, you hear stories the cops never even show up for stuff. I don't blame you. I think it's backed up to the number one dangerous crime place in the country. You know what's weird about it though? Like when I was going down there, and going in those abandoned buildings and stuff. First of all, everything's been stripped out of those places. All the motors, all the copper wire, any damn thing that's worth a fucking penny has been stolen, stripped out of there 10 years before I got there. That's the first thing. Secondly, they're usually off the beaten path. Okay? And thirdly, there's nothing to eat in there. There's no food or anything like that. So, there's too many other places to live if you're homeless. So people will watch these videos of me climbing around the roofs and stuff of those big buildings at 2 a.m. Let me tell you, it was super peaceful. I never saw anybody in those places except once, some rappers, and that was during the daytime. But there's no reason for anybody to be in there. And this sounds crazy, but when you're in there by yourself and it's 2 a.m, you can hear a pin drop. Man, I actually felt like like kind of like powerful when I was inside a building by myself in Detroit. I'm just sitting up there on the top of this abandoned factory and just looking at Canada and the city, and I'm watching people walk down the sidewalk, and they have no idea that I'm in there, and nobody's in there. And if anybody came in there, the chances of them finding me are almost zero. So there's no animals, there's no homeless, there's no reason to be there. There's a million other places to dump a body. And I realized that pretty early when I first started going in them. So to me, there was no, the only danger you had there was stepping through a hole in the roof or a hole in the floor where they'd stolen an electric motor or something. But I always kept a pen light and kept it low and watched where I was walking. I mean, that's not 100% guarantee, but obviously it worked. I'm still here. But when I was doing abandoned buildings at night, man, I didn't think that was one bit dangerous at all. Not at all. And I would always park about a half mile away, like on a busy street, and then walk down to go in the building. I wasn't dumb enough to park outside. That way, you would know somebody is probably in there. Yeah, no, I don't think you would. I don't think you would be once you got down there. It's not like you're thinking. You're on the inside and all the crimes on the outside, and it's a long ways away. You hear like sirens and you see fire trucks and helicopters flying around, and you're just in there and you can hear a pin drop, and there's no reason to anybody to come in there other than somebody like me. No, somebody got shot down at Greektown just yesterday, I think. Oh, they shot him for not holding the elevator door. Did you read that? Hey, waiting. Did you read that where a guy got shot and killed for not holding the elevator door in Greektown? That was at the 400 block of Monroe Street, which should be right there in that complex across from the old Golden Fleece. Yeah, yeah, I really am, man. Yeah. Yeah, no, it's like nuts, man. It's like it's not. It wasn't, it's like certain things you don't know what it's like until you're doing it. And you have this idea. It's like, some people say they get that when they skydive and stuff, or they like Dave scuba dives or stuff, or, you get like, and that's how I felt when I was in those things. I never felt scared at all. Fuck that. Where I felt scared is driving on the highway, getting down there without getting rammed by somebody doing 100 miles an hour high on crack in a stolen car. That was the real danger. Once you got to the building, all the fear was over. Yeah, no, that's exactly it. Yeah, I thought so too. No, you're right, Drifter. How they interpret it, that's true. How they define it. The train station's one of the buildings I never got into. I barely missed it. And by the time I got into doing that stuff, it was locked up tighter than a drum. Oh, really, Pug? Another place I wanted to go is that old psychiatric Northville hospital out in Northville. But every single guy I know that went in there got arrested. They must have hidden motion detectors or something. And those judges in whatever district court that is that has jurisdiction over that area, they socked it to their ass. It was a big fine. They weren't dropping the charges under any circumstances, and they nailed them up the yin yang with community service. It just wasn't worth it. I don't know if anybody got in there and recorded and got the hell out without getting caught. It's like they were waiting for them. Crazy. Yeah. Is that place done yet, Scott? That train station? Oh, okay. Yeah, it has, Jennifer. You're right. In Detroit, they got you down there. You have to have written consent by the owner of the building on your person when the cops come in. Oh, cool, Jackie. Nighty night, simple life. Say hi to Ralphie. Yeah, that Detroit ship has sailed for me. I have some good places down here already. Reason I haven't done it, like those girls I did in Walmart. I was walking over to Lowe's while I was getting an oil change, and I saw him there, and I heard him singing actually, and I knew the second I heard him singing, I thought, I bet that's like homeless people at the entrance of Walmart. So I walked on the other side of the hill, and sure as shit, that's what it was. So I walked down there and I walked up to him, and said, "Hey, I'll give you guys $10 if you." They were singing that chicken song. I could hear it, and I said, "You sing that chicken song, I'll give you $10." It's like, "Yeah, no problem, great, love to." So that's how that happened. But part of the reason that I haven't done more interviews is because I don't have the right equipment. And it sucks doing it on a cell phone. It's just not as good. Not that it's any like great, work product to begin with, but the sound's not good. I can't zoom in. So, I don't, I know it's even more half-assed than it normally is. It's just that one. I thought, just go ahead and do it. Yeah, do it, Mark. Now I'm back drinking again. Yeah, I can take it or leave it. I mean, I'd rather take it. It's good. It doesn't taste the same to me as it used to. I think I got a liver problem. I'm going to a doctor the 15th. I definitely got something wrong with me. Yeah. Well, the world's a mess. Oh, you're not kidding, Scott. Amtramck, Highland Park too. Marty looked at that video. They got a Walmart over in Hilton Head, and this big ass giant alligator hangs out there. I've never seen it. The couple times I went to Hilton Head earlier this year, it was hotter than the son of a bitch, and all the water was dried up around Walmart. Maybe that's why I wasn't there. But anyway, after I took that video, I forwarded it to Marty, and he called me a little while later. He said, if those girls sat out in the Walmart at Hilton Head, they wouldn't be there 30 seconds before the cops would come over there and tell them to get out of there. They don't put up with that crap there. Yeah. Well, you guys, I think I'm going to take a shower and watch a little TV. So it was good having a chat. Thanks. Yeah, I got to check out West Virginia. So, Simca, you party on. Scott, have a good night. Terry? Right. No way, said Terry. Mystique? Jeff? Chris? Drifter, good night. It's fun. Good night, Penny. Okay, I'm working on some rocks for you. Yeah, see you, Chris. You guys party on tonight. See you, Pug. See you waiting. Okay, Terry. See you, Simka. Yeah, we'll get on here again soon. I'm feeling better, but I'm still not out of the woods. Oh, cool. All right, you guys. I'll talk to you later. Have a good night. Bye, Jackie.